Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we talk about everything financial literacy. And today we're going to be talking about the Navy Federal Business Account. In the past, I made a video about the Navy Federal Go Biz Rewards credit card with a comprehensive step-by-step guide in order for you to get approved for that card and setting up the account. I wanted to make a separate video about the Navy Federal Business Account, some of the products that they offer, and also revisit the steps that it takes to create an account. There are some other products and tools with Navy Federal that a lot of people are not aware of when it comes to their business accounts. Over the next couple of videos, I want to touch on those. I don't really see enough information about it on YouTube, and I want to cover all of the different tools and how you can use them. So in the next couple of weeks, I'll probably be using a few of them. I may even go as far as getting one of their auto loans just to actually show you guys the steps, the process, what my data points were, so you can do the same thing. Their business line of credit, I might actually go ahead and apply for that. Not sure if I'm going to actually use it for anything, but I want to touch on some of the products because they do have great benefits, and I can come up with a few good strategies of how other people can utilize them. And I might utilize them as well for a few things here and there, but definitely want to make sure that you're aware of the business side of Navy Federal, not just looking at the other personal products. Again, these get overlooked. I'll also be getting to the commercial real estate side of Navy Federal. Don't know if I'll actually apply for that one because I don't have any particular property that I'm looking at, but in the future that may be something that I want to explore. So I do want to provide more information on that again, so we can get a more information on the business side, because there's so much on the personal, but just not enough on Navy Federal business accounts. Navy Federal offers several different types of checking accounts that we'll go over, and you can easily find the one that may suit your needs best. Requirements may vary. It depends on the criteria and the eligibility of where you're located. And it's important to check the current situation when considering starting an account for you or your business. Now, if you refer to my first video, I talk about some business restrictions that they have with Navy Federal. I didn't have it set up in this video, but just to go over that briefly before we get started, it's the usual suspects. If it's gambling, if it's real estate, sometimes, I'm not going to say trucking always, they may give you a hard time, but if it's anything like that, anything that has to do with anything explicit, you're not going to be able to create an account. You will have to get on the phone with someone to review this. So please keep that in mind. You can set up a business for general purposes, just general purposes and services, and you can do something else with it. So just keep that in mind, that there are some businesses that will not qualify for this type of account. But again, it's the usual suspects. I mentioned it in my other video, but you can also just Google it. It's pretty much the same thing industry wide. All right, let's get started with number one, and that's going to be breaking down the Navy Federal business accounts that they offer. Now, a lot of this stuff you can find online, but a lot of the information also you don't really get to review because you have to set up this account over the phone with Navy Federal. So this is the business checking. This is the most standard business account that you can get with Navy Federal. The account is designed for smaller businesses with a simpler need. It has a 0.01% APY rate. You want to remember that this figure may change after you open your account. This is as of right now. A nice feature is that there's no monthly maintenance fee. You also get unlimited electronic transactions as well as the other checking accounts in the credit union's range. But there's a tight limit on non-electronic transactions before a fee kicks in. You're also restricted to just 2 signers. All right. Now let's go over the fee or limit type and included monthly transactions. You get unlimited electronic, 30 non-electronic, 25 cents per transaction over this limit. So if you have 30 non-electronic transactions, it will be 25 cents per transactions after 30. Now, most transactions are electronic, so this may not be applicable to you, but just keep that in mind. The current deposit fee, there is no fee. And at Navy Federal and co-op ATMs, there is no fee. Monthly maintenance fee, none on this account. The minimum average daily balance for waiving maintenance fee is not applicable for this account. Now let's talk about the Business Plus checking. Now this is aimed at slightly bigger companies. Navy Federal's Business Plus checking account gives you a higher transaction limit plus unlimited signers. As with the business checking account, the APY rate at the time of recording this video, 0.01%. There's a monthly maintenance fee to pay unless you maintain a specific average balance. Included monthly transactions, you get unlimited electronic, just like the previous one. You have 50 non-electronic. After that, it's 25 cents per transaction over this limit. The deposit fee is none. At Navy Federal and co-op ATMs, there is no fee. The monthly maintenance fee is $8. The minimum average daily balance for waiving maintenance fees is not applicable for this particular account either. Now, the last checking account that we're looking at is going to be the Business Premium Checking Account. This is the checking account that I currently have with Navy Federal. And I suggest that if you're looking to get the Go Biz Rewards card and you're also looking to get other business products, I recommend you have this account with Navy Federal. Now, this account is designed for businesses with larger needs, as well as those who want to earn a higher dividend on their credit balance over $1,500. When we checked, the figure was between 0.35% and 0.45% at the time of recording this video, depending on your balance. Again, though, remember that this can sometimes change, and this account also allows you unlimited signers, but the monthly maintenance fee is higher than for the Business Checking Plus and the regular business checking. Now let's go over the fees or limit types for this one. Now, included monthly transactions, unlimited, 100 non-electronic, 25 cents per transaction over that limit. So, same thing. The deposit fee, there is none, of course, and none at Navy Federal and co-op ATMs only. And you can always check online to see which ATMs are participating. The monthly maintenance fee is $20 for this account, unless you have a daily balance of $5,000. If you have a daily balance of $5,000, the $20 fee is waived. All right. So again, I recommend if you're trying to get approved for the Go Biz Rewards card and you want to increase your chances, it looks better when you have the premium account with them and you have a balance of $5,000 to waive that. And if you don't, that's okay. You can always go with the plus or you can go with the other one. Just go with what suits your needs. But I do believe that when you use the premium products, just like in the case of the flagship checking, that you're going to get better products when you apply. That's just a sidebar because, again, you still need to make sure that you have a good credit score. For the business products, they pull from your Experian. So this might be good if you, let's say your TransUnion score isn't really the best, but let's say that you have a really good Experian score with no derogatory marks. You may not be qualifying for a personal credit card with Navy Federal, but when they pull your Experian, you might be able to get their products on the business side. So keep that in mind. That is a little hack that maybe you can look at because they're only going to look at that one bureau. So again, you don't need all of them to be perfect. You just need to make sure that you focus on the one that's really strong right now. If Experian is stronger, you should be looking at going this option, and then you can build up your TransUnion one and start looking at the personal side at a later time. Now let's talk about the different savings accounts that you can have for your Navy Federal business account. The money market savings account is the one that you don't have to have this one per se, but it depends on the amount of money that you plan on keeping into your account. And there's dividends that you earn on this account daily. But the features, there's no term or restrictions. They have competitive rate. Minimum of $2,500 is required as a balance to earn dividends. You also earn more than a standard savings account without terms or restrictions. And this is best for businesses looking for higher earnings than a standard savings account. Now there's the jumbo money market savings account. There's no term restrictions. They have competitive rates. The minimum balance is $100,000 to earn jumbo dividend rates. And the businesses with the ability to maintain a higher balance on the deposit, this account would be best for those. And businesses that are interested in a jumbo dividend rate. Now, in my case, I do have the money market savings. I don't have the jumbo, but I have the money market savings. It's $2,500. If you did have $100,000, You could put it here, but in all honesty, you could put it in something like a high yield savings account and earn more dividend interest, and will earn more interest. If you had that much money, I definitely wouldn't have it in a money market savings. Now, if you did it temporarily to get approved for all the things that you need and then transferred it out, then so be it. But I have the money market savings balance of daily balance of $2,500. That should be more than enough to earn your dividends. And even if you don't have $2,500, you just won't earn the dividends. So, worst case, but there is no fee to have that account. All right, so let's discuss number 2. What do I need to open a business account with Navy Federal? Now, to open a business account with Navy Federal, you'll need to have a personal Navy Federal account. You do need to be a member in order to open this. And you need to have an account that's in good standing. And you can find an application form on the Navy Federal website, which we will go over. You'll need to complete that before going any further. Then to open a business account, you can call Navy Federal at 1-877-418-1462, or you can go into your local branch. Either one is fine. Make sure that you check your documentation that you'll need to provide for your business. And this can vary depending on whether you're a sole proprietor, an LLC, or a corporation. If you are a sole prop, you'll need your business license and your tax identification number. That's your EIN number, and you can get that from irs.gov. If it's relevant to your business, you'll also need to provide a fictitious name certificate or a certificate of assumed name. And another thing that you will actually need when you're going through the process is a certificate of good standing. And for the most part, in my experience, every account that I've opened, they talk about this. It's something that you can actually purchase online, but you don't need to. You can go to your Secretary of State website, type in your business name, screenshot a picture of where it says your business is in good standing. They just need to know that you have an active business that is still operating. If they can't find that, then they're not going to be able to open the account. So that's one thing that I did not mention, but the certificate of good standing is just you taking a screenshot of your business status. It just needs to say active, and you can get that by going on to your Secretary of State. I can't show you because it's different from state to state, but it's simple. You just look up your business and then it'll show you it active. That's the most simplistic way that I can pretty much break that down for you. Now, number 3, we're going to be going to the application for Navy Federal online. So let's go through the steps of exactly how you can set this account up. And then we'll get to that point where you have to call. And from there, I'll give you like a brief overview of what you can expect from that conversation. So right now we are on the Navy Federal website, and this is the business solutions section. You can just Google Navy Federal and you can Google business, and you'll see the same exact page. It should, for the most part, be the exact same, even when the last almost 2 years now that I've been using it, I really has not changed that much. So become a business member, and there'll be the get started option there. If you click that, it brings us down and it'll say join now. And pretty much it goes over 4 steps that you'll need in order to actually open this account. So step 1, gather information before you start the new business membership application. Make sure all owners have a Navy Federal membership. All owners, individuals, or entity owners must be individual members of Navy Federal Credit Union with accounts in good standing. So keep in mind, if you have a business that has more than one person, they all have to be a member of Navy Federal in order for you to open this account. So if this is a 1-member LLC, it's just you. It's not applicable. If you have other people who are going to also be assigned to this account, then they will also need to be members of Navy Federal, which if you're a member, that means you can provide them with your access code so they can become one. But just know if they are not, you will need to make them a member in order for them to be on this account. Now, gather all required documentation. You can find the list of documentation that's required for your business type on the business solution facts page. And we can go here really quick. I just want to briefly go over it with you so that you have all the documentation needed when you open this account. You will need to make a deposit of $250 for sole proprietorship and $255 for all separate entities, such as limited liability companies and corporations. And it's required at the time of opening the account. So That's something that I want to make a correction on. So you'll need to make a deposit of $250 for sole proprietorship and $255 for all separate legal entities, such as LLCs and corporations. So $255 is what will be required at the time of opening this account. And let's go to documentation. So the documents that are required to open this account may vary by business type. For sole proprietorship, you will need your federal tax ID or TIN letter, a valid business license, business permit, or fictitious name certificate or a certificate of assumed name. General partnership, federal tax ID is required, beneficial owner form, and representatives will assist you with the completion of this form. So if you need help, they will help you over the phone. You'll need a valid business license, business permit, or fictitious name certificate or a certificate of assumed name. Limited partnership applies to LP, also a limited liability partnership, LLP, and professional limited liability partnership, PLLP. A good standing certificate filed and stamped within 60 days before the date of application. Again, you can go to your Secretary of State website, find your business. It should show your business is active. Screenshot that. That's the same as a certificate of good standing. Save yourself the money. Federal tax ID, which you can get again, irs.gov. Beneficial owner form, fictitious name. Corporations, and this applies to S Corps and C Corps, a good standing certificate, a federal tax ID, beneficial owner form, fictitious name. And then for limited liability companies, good standing certificate, federal tax ID, beneficial owner forms, and fictitious name certificate. And they have some information here, like what is a beneficial owner and how does Navy Federal collect this information. If you want to read that, then you can. But it's not really, we kind of went over that. They're going to also go over it with you when you're on the phone. So it's not like you really need to go over that. But if you just want more information, it's going to be on the frequently asked questions section of the business solution page. And you can come back and you can read this information if you want to, go over a couple of these other things here. Now, you'll need to complete a new business membership application. The last part of this video, we're going to go over that. So should be fairly soon. And you have to sign into your personal Navy Federal account in order to access the membership application. And then you'll want to complete that process. If you choose to save and come back later, like if you figure out you need more information in order to complete your business application, you can go to save and come back later. And you can resume where you left off. You need to sign in within 5 days using your personal Navy Federal credentials under the to-do section. And that way you can complete the incomplete application. Now you will need to upload required documentation, and that's going to be on the to-do list. Once you see that, they'll upload the documentation that we just talked about, depending on what type of business that you currently have. Once that's done, you'll want to call Navy Federal at 1-877-418-1462 within 2 business days after you've uploaded your documents. You'll want to review your application and documentation with the representative, and be mindful that the review process can take about 1 hour. It took that long for me, and they're available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be prepared to fund your account, and depending on your business type, the minimum amount required to open your account can be from $250 to $255. This amount should be available for transfer from your personal Navy Federal account or through a non-Navy Federal debit or credit card. All right. So that is the entire process that we have to set up this account. Let's finally go through and look at the application. All right. So we are looking at the Navy Federal application for business membership, and it's going to ask you pretty straightforward, right? Your legal business name, your form of business, your entity type. You're going to put your tax ID, your taxpayer identification number, how many employees that you have, is the business a franchise? You can enter yes or no. Business established in the U.S. or U.S. territories, the state of business organization, incorporation or registration, the business phone number, any alternative phone numbers, the business email address. Is the business designated as a veteran owned or veteran owned service? If it is, then you can, just select yes. If it's a nonprofit, yes or no. And then other than the legal name, do you also operate the applicant business under a fictitious name. If you have a fictitious name, then you'll say yes. If you don't, then just select no. And then it wants your physical street, city, state, zip code. And then by providing a mobile number, you're granting Navy Federal permission to place automated, pre-recorded, or artificial voice non-marketing calls and text messages to that number. Messaging and data rates may apply. So you'll want to go ahead and get all of this information filled out. All right, so after you filled out all of the business membership application, you'll want to enter the business details. So describe the nature of your business. You'll want to select the industry that best describes your business. You'll want to select the sector that best describes your business. You'll want to select the NAICS code that best describes your business, your sales revenue amount here. And then you'll also want to enter if your business is any of the following, and you can pick like real estate, food services, pick whatever the general purposes of your business. Does the business provide any of the following products or services? And, some of these you can't open an account if you provide these services. So really you want to select none. Okay. And the business primary trade areas, you'll want to select that. If you're in the US, more than likely it's domestic. The purpose or transactions of which you'll be using this Navy Federal account, more than likely it'll be for operating and general purpose. Does your business have a website? Yes, if it does. Do you have accounts for this business with an institution other than Navy Federal? And you can select yes or no. Now, once you enter the information for your business details, you'll get the products, services, and funding. And then please complete the following fields. Number of membership savings accounts. You can select if you want a membership savings. I just put 0. Number of money market savings. I just put 1 because I want a money market savings. Number of savings accounts. I just put 0. Number of basic checking accounts. And this just depends on what you're trying to do. For me, I skipped the basic checking. I skipped the plus. I'm going for the premium. I'm just going to select 1. And you understand all of these accounts because we just went over them one by one. So you should already know exactly which one that you're going to get at this point. Then you want to select I understand, and then they're going to let you know what the minimum requirement is for funding, and then all of the other requirements that will be needed depending on the type of business that you currently have. Now, I do want you to keep in mind that businesses that are not a sole prop are required to have 1 membership savings account. So even if you want the money market savings, you're still required to have 1 membership savings account. So you can have 2 in that case, but remember, you'll still need that. Now, the next section of the application is going to be owners and entity owners. So you'll want to enter all of your information here. So are you or any other owner a Navy Federal employee? So in that case, no, if you're not an employee. Numbers of owners. If it's just you, of course, you just put 1. Are you or any other owner a Navy Federal official? That will probably be no. If you're a veteran, you can select yes or no. What branch of the military are you affiliated with? If you're not affiliated with the military, then just put no. If you know your rank, add your rank. Do you or any other owner have a connection to a Navy Federal office? I would select no. Your business title, I would select exactly whatever your title is. President, manager, member, owner. You could select owner. Your owner percentage, if it's 100%, then you could just put 100. Your type of government issue ID, you can do your state driver's license. And then from here, you'd want to enter your driver's license number, the state, and then the entity owner. Is the applicant business owned in whole or part by another legal entity? You should select no in this case unless it is. But if you're a 100% owner, that wouldn't be the case. All right, so when we get to the authorized signer section, you'll want to enter the number of authorized signees. In this case, there shouldn't be any authorized signees, so you can select 0. All right, now after you've put that you have no authorized signers, if it's just you, then you'll get this. Resolution of corporation, limited liability company, partnership, or other legal entity. You'll basically just have to select this, and you can read through the information if you'd like, but it's just terms and conditions that you'll need to confirm in order to proceed. The next step is going to be the certification of beneficial owner, and you'll have to certify that you are the legal owner of the business entity, and then you'll have to confirm the address, zip code, all that information, your beneficial ownership, more than 25%, and that you are the controlling party. You would select yes. Once that is done, you'll get the certifications and disclosures. You'll want to, of course, view and accept. You'll want to go over all that information, and you can do so at your leisure. But once you go through it, you can click agree, and then you'll be able to accept there. And then you'll want to accept all other disclosures. And then you'll want to view and accept. And that's going to be the schedule or fees and charges. You have to look at it in order to proceed. And then you'll want to make sure to view the authorization to link business and owner consumer accounts. This is what's going to actually link your personal to your business. And then you have to agree, and then you can select next. Now, by typing your name, you recognize that this will be treated as an electronic signature. So you want to type your name and then type your initials to complete the application. Once that's completed, the last step is to review and submit the application. So once you've done all of this, that's pretty much it. You'll want to submit the application. Now, once the request is submitted, you'll receive this. Your request was submitted. What's next? You want to click on the link below to go to your dashboard, and it'll have your to-do list. You'll want to upload the documents listed on the to-do list. You can drag and drop them, and then you'll be able to call Navy Federal once they are open, of course, and you can contact their business team, and they will assist you in opening the account. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. That wraps it up. The last thing that you'll see when you go to the dashboard is that you'll need to upload your documentation, that certificate of good standing, which you should know how to get now and what you should add there. You'll be asked for your EIN number. You'll be asked for your business license. So once you have all that information gathered, drop it into that section, and then you'll be good to call Navy Federal and complete the setup of your business account. So that is it. And in the future, we are going to definitely be talking about other business products that I would like to explore. And again, just really delve into the business side of Navy Federal. If this information was helpful to you, please like, subscribe, share it with someone who maybe is interested in opening up a business account with Navy Federal. And again, thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.